I keep on having visions that they put me in the auction, a runaway slave till they put me in the coffin. Tears in my eyes with a noose around my neck, screaming Kwam Yasharala right before my last breath. I can't believe my eyes cause I'm seeing life distorted. The prince is in chains while the servants drive Porsche. He ain't want the baby so she had an abortion. Grown men walking around in women's clothes in the door. The Zion is acting like whores. Remove this cup for me cause I can't take this shit no more. 1611 got a sharp under my sword. Living in the third day, it's gonna be a holy war. Lope up at my table in the presence of my enemies. Talk behind my back, but they don't keep that same energy. Tell me how you real, but you got them fake tendencies. Manipulating scriptures, you ain't nothing but a Pharisee. Got me suicidal cause I can't tell my friends from my rivals. Gotta keep my rifle right next to my Bible. Father, please forgive me for my sins and wicked ways. I know I violated on that covenant we know I have mercy. Picture in the day we see a solar eclipse and watch it how it shall walk over that water in Flint. Cause it's time for revenge, that's what I read in Revelations. And we don't want no money, we need blood reparations. Come.
I mean that because these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever you think you are. We thugs against these motherfuckers. You know? And until we lose, I'ma call it like it is. I just want to be a man and start. You know? And we look over outside, different house, think a man and he's
I'm Nat Turner on this beat, Dusty Butman flow. Oppression and poverty while you slay my people though. Y'all dirty pigs, gotta pay for what y'all did. Y'all fed the babies to gators, remember gator baiters. I call it nowadays because revenge is sweet. Y'all hung my fathers from the tree, cause they look like me. But letter to my dog, man, I ate a call. Turn like coal, you could call them as I run on spoons. My scripture break his bones, and then it make you strong. We study it for hours, this word ain't for no cowards. We building us some soldiers, it wake you up like Folgers. We prophesying wins, we looking for the wins. Cause we don't take no L's, we coming up from hell. My scriptures ain't for sale, my soul is never sold, and I will never fold. Woman under deodorant, fluoridated water. Children on the street, selling bodies for a quarter. Fringed up with my beard, meet you on my head. I look around, see a lot of spirits dead. I see the demons talking, I hear the spirits chirping. I see the spirits walking, I see my people hurting. You looking at the sons of the true and living God. We Edomites run the world, something nah. Teach my hands to fight, and please prepare my spirit. Banging for our power, until the people hear.
I sit alone in my four-corner room, staring at candles. No, literally menorahs, all this OGs I see. Staying lit like the light of Zion, that's all I be on. Karash and Karatas are all a passion, eat them peons and make it look so damn good when we slide through. Can't see the shoes up under my garment, it's like we glide through. Really, shame in these shade-faced cavemen. Every other day we wake up Jake in different raiment. I'm just saying, boys hotter than corduroy in the Trans-Sahara. That knives come and walk by us, I guarantee we'll tell you not one word will ever fail you. All we do is prophesy. While your pastor eating pork chops and telling lies. I can tell by your mentality that you probably know. Ask you if you got it with fringes, you saying probably no. Obedience is better than sacrifice, so we stay on par. The same reason Laquan Matata call me Basadar. You still don't get it? Better move boy, we them rude boys ain't no bullshit. Repent or get your wig split. Hold the Torah open, let me show you what I stand on. Thinking we ain't keeping commandments, boy, you dead wrong. Back to the place where commandments can only get us what you talking about. Edomite with us, now you can't come with us. It's a closed party, only march to the eye. Yasha out gon' enter there, 12 gates with no white people. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Just rapping all the way through. Rap all the way. Alright, come on. It's your boy King Kadash. Take one. Yo. This that Job 9:24. Earth is given to the wicked. We about to set it off, and I ain't talking Jada Pinkett. Bible is my rifle. Catch me chilling with disciples. I'm a gangster for the Lord. I'm a rival. This is tribal. 5'10" in the flesh, but I'm 6'9" in my spirit. Like David when he fought Goliath. Sharpen rock the spirit. Millie rock him across the face. Kill him dead. Verse 48. Keep commandments I know you hate. Feel the Lord. I beat the case. Boom bye bye for you body boys. Skinny jeans for you thotty boys. Feminine talking you shawty boy. Chi mug get body boy. You dealing with some soldiers, you talking to some prophets. If you living wicked, then boy you gotta stop it.
Somebody say pull up. Son of the right cipher. See how the thing them say right now? You don't know, if you open up your ears and listen keenly. You don't know, man. Babylon time soon, time done.
You guys rapping all the way through? Rap all right, come on. It's your boy King Kadash. Take one. Yo. This that Job 9:24. Earth is given to the wicked. We about to set it off, and I ain't talking Jada Pinkett. Bible is my rifle. Catch me chilling with disciples. I'm a gangster for the Lord. I'm a rival. Job 9:24. Earth is given to the wicked. We about to set it off, and I ain't talking Jada Pinkett. Bible is my rifle. Catch me chilling with disciples. I'm a gangster for the Lord. I'm a rival. This is tribal. 5'10" in the flesh, but I'm 6'9" in my spirit. Like David when he fought Goliath, sharpen rock the spirit. Millie rock him across the face, kill him dead, verse 48. Keep commandments I know you hate. Feel the Lord, I beat the case. Boom, bye-bye for you body boy. Skinny jeans for you thotty boys. Feminine talking, you shoddy boy. Chi mug get body boy. You dealing with some soldiers, you talking to some prophets. If you living wicked, then boy, you gotta stop it. Blessings come with discipline. Demons come in sheep's clothing. Learning comes with listening. Weak men come with fake glory. We gon' pull this system down, burn it down to the ground. Kill our babies and our mothers. What go round, come around. 95, it was hot. Jake, it's time, get the crops. Fighting back, we never die. We too strong, we never cry. We just want our minor rubs. 40 acres, 10 big steps. In the hood, we built the sticks. Silly rabbit, we the tricks. Peter took the pepper, then he made himself a penny. Read a book, it made him better. Then he mixed it with some Henny. Yeah. Hey, man. You know we gotta keep the commandments, right? You know we gotta keep the commandments, right? Hey, man, shout out to my engineer ASAP on the beat, man. You know? We've been here all night. But Israel, it's time, man. Quan Yasharella.
I was born amongst Judah, raised amongst Benjamin, seed of Abraham. Spirit of a righteous man, these laws took the death of me. These laws took the best of me. Now I judge all things, boy, you can't step to me. All these niggas wicked, I just mind my business. Rebuke them one time, now they all up in their feelings. I'm a rude boy, shotter. These scriptures automatic, these scriptures do damage. These scriptures make them panic. I used to know some hitters, now I know some preachers. I used to know some niggas, now all my brothers conscious. I used to know some witches, now all my women proper. That's that black reality, they can't control my thoughts, so they scared of me like Jason. But this ain't Halloween, pardon me, part of my speech. Emotions on my sleeves, cause the blood in the streets ain't of my enemies. Babylon gon' burn. The wicked had they turned 12 tribes rising up. Yahweh shot the word, Babylon gon' burn. The wicked had they turned 12 tribes rising up. Yahweh, that's the word.
Right. Yahweh, that's the word. Benjamin, the right son, call me Benyamin. 12 sons who might be young, but we fight like a lion. Nations keep trying, scriptures like a lion. Praying to the Most High to take me to Zion. Stepping on the snakes cause they in the way. Keep it to yourself, we don't want your apology. You the prey, we the wolf, never knew we hunting packs. The alpha male coming out straight like that. About to sniff out all you stinking rats. Most High, you know he got our back. Read the scriptures, it will confirm that.
613 commandments, you know, so we have to learn that. 144,000 seals, you know, so we have to earn that. Sure. Hey, that's enough. We'll wrap up this thing nice and decent, you know, our text and boy. Hey, you don't know, being an Israelite is a real walking up. Hey, real talking up. Well, here walk one. I'm on set. Where you're a witness right now. It's Israel rising up. We're going back to the commandments, so I guess you can say that we're wising up. So Esau's lighting up. It's a kingdom reaper. See a big angry black man, call him Hamashiach Diva. Oh, a superhero. And we're fiend battle axes. Come and protect back this your kingdom, just like he took taxes. Send them back into slavery, just like we send faxes. And rip them out like unwanted here in bikini waxes. Street teaching, we really be doing it. All these nations out here having a ball, and we come here so we ruin it. Open them out and then put a shoe in it. Leave them brains pounded like when priest can hunt catch a fake Jew and leave them confounded.
Hey, bro, hey, nobody knows what Christ really looked like.
Your chief a man heritage.
Fake Jews for dead.
When you oppress poor people then.
Fake Jews for dead.
When you boost homosexuality.
Fake Jews for dead.
Even when the sun hits you.
Fake Jews for dead.
And give 2 to the head of. Then wake him back up for service. Then give him 100 lashes. Shove every tartar that make them nervous. But our own people are cursed like we shouldn't want recompense. Them for do it to us but can't do it to them. Well, that no make no sense. And them forget what them forget. Cause the rape them now regret. And all the murder where them let. The most high superior debt. And it's a service announcement. From the wolves howling at the full moon. Saying stay tuned. All of the prophecies will be full soon.
Con. All praises. You know, shalom. Welcome back to another Wednesday Wisdom class. Welcome back. You know, I hope you guys are having a beautiful week or a peaceful week. You know, I know the week can be very hectic. I know the week can be very stressful. I know it can be, you know, tiresome and very, you know, vexing to the spirit, you know. But I hope you guys are really, you know, fighting a good fight, continue to stay, you know, diligent in the Most High's words, and continue to keep doing the keep walking this walk, because I know it's not easy. I know it's not a light matter. It is a trial and tribulation. It is a time of good rewarding, and then there's times of, you know, downpour, you know. But that's part of life, and that's what, you know, is a part of this walk that we're in. So you know, welcome back. You know, I'm Captain Asher, and I got with me I think you were muted, brother. Say it again. No, I don't hear you, brother. But who I have with me is Captain, the powerful captain of 1,000, Captain Kadash, you know. So I'm going to jump right into the class. The class is called Wednesday Wisdom. Standing on business. What does that mean? What does standing on business mean? You know, what does that mean? I want the chat to interact. What does standing on business mean? What does it mean?
Can I be heard?
Yeah, you can be heard now.
All praise to the Most High.
All praises. I want to get the chat involved since we got 7 people in the chat, 7 people in the group. What does standing on business mean? What does it mean to be standing on business? What that mean? I'll give a couple seconds, you know, for the chat to respond. But being moved off of your square. Do you mean not being moved off your square? That's what I'm gonna assume. Okay, Con. I'm gonna assume Con. Holding up to your word and doing what needs to be done. I like these definitions. These are actually well and perfect definitions of what this class is going to be talking about. Because it is very important that as Israelites that we should be standing on business. When we tell people that we keep the law, statute, commandments, we should be standing on. They should be seeing us standing on our business with keeping the commandments. We can't be saying we keep the commandments in one aspect, but then when they catch us out publicly, we being wicked Negroes. It don't add up. It don't look right. You look foolish. People will take you as a joke and they will disrespect you. From the powerful Captain Ainal, the book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 1, the wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. This is what it means to be standing on business. That the righteous will stand bold as a lion, even in the face of adversity. That even through hard times and bad times and struggling times, is that we have to make sure that we are constantly keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Because we may tell people from in the world, right? We can tell people in the world, we keep the law, statutes, commandments. Or they'll ask us, why you don't celebrate Christmas? Why you don't celebrate Thanksgiving? Why don't you go to the strip club no more? Why don't you go to these places no more? And you tell them, I repented, I converted, I changed my ways, as the scriptures say in Acts 3:19. I repented, I changed, I decided to keep the law, statutes, commandments of my forefathers. Now, as you saying that to them, they're gonna see if you really about your business or not. Now, they will try you. I've seen it one too many times of brothers saying they keep the law, statutes, commandments, or sisters saying they keep the law, statutes, commandments, and then next thing you know, they catch them outside acting a straight fool, and now they looking dumb. But I thought you said you was keeping the commandments, brother. But they look at us crazy. But let's open up with Book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 17 first. Let's get into it first. Let's get the introductions. Colossians 3 and verse 17.
Come on, I got it.
Okay.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Father by him.
And whatsoever we do in word or deed, we do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua. So whatsoever we talk about, whatsoever how we move and how we present ourselves, we're always going to be presenting ourselves in the light of Mashiach Yahushua. And through Mashiach Yahushua, also the Most High. We give on a reputation onto them, onto Christ and the Most High. So it's very big that we have to even do this class called Standing on Business. Because now, as you see, as the world is getting more wicked, we got to stand more bold. As the world is getting more crazy, we got to as the world is in turmoil, falling apart, and foundations are being brought down, our foundation should be girded up, and we should stand solid for the Most High. Because if we do otherwise, we're going to be found in trouble. We're going to be caught up in situations that we don't want to be in. And this is why we have to go through the scriptures, because the scriptures is our guide and is our help. Let me get the book of Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. The book of Romans chapter 15 and verse 4.
The book of Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Was written for what?
For our learning.
It was written for our learning. Whatsoever was written aforetime was written for us to learn and to be able to utilize or use the scriptures to protect ourselves, that we might do what? Read on.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Through patience and comfort of the precepts that we read day in and day out, that we might have hope. Hope is a very big deal with dealing with Israelites. Hope is a very big deal in this world, because this world is hopeless without the precepts. When we didn't know any better, when we didn't know the scriptures or the precepts, we were walking around hopeless in hopelessness. There was no hope for us. We were just niggering it up. acting fools, acting like gangsters, thugs, pimps, prostitutes, drug dealers, schemers, robbers, wet kids, stick-up crews. These are the things that will make us hopeless. But we have to. This is why we have to go through the precepts in Romans, like Romans 15:4 just said, so we can have hope. And this class is meant to give our people hope to stand on business and to stand on a square and not be tossed to and fro.
Salaki, I think the beautiful thing about this scripture, you know, when you read it in detail, when it says, "For whatsoever things are written aforetime are written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." Because a lot of times, you know, people in the world, you know, or we've been in the world, we get into situations that, you know, you might not see any light at the end of the tunnel. Right? You might get in a situation where you like, man, I'm doomed. I'm grits, right? I'm out of there, right? But when you know the scriptures, right, and you apply it, it's a beautiful thing. The scriptures say that we through patience, if you sit through that and say, you know what, I'm gonna have patience, and the scriptures are gonna comfort me during these hard times, right? These things, this is what gives you hope. A lot of our people are broken, right? Downtrodden, right? They sit in the dust and they don't have hope. You know why? Because they don't have the scriptures, right? They in their mind, right? They can't see past their situation. When you an Israelite and you in the truth, when you keeping the laws, commandments, you have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, right? We have comfort through the scriptures. We have patience through the scriptures. It's a beautiful thing. That's why I tell people in this truth, man, all the time, do not take this thing for granted, especially for those that have been in the truth for, you know, over a year, 2 years, because a lot of times we get complacent. We say, well, you know, we've been to all the Shabbats. We don't learn all the stories in the scriptures. We know all about Sirach. We know about the scriptures already. Hey, man, don't get too comfortable, right? Don't take this for granted. Everybody has not been given this opportunity that we have. Right. Everybody has not been given the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding. Everybody has not been chosen. We know, y'all know that. Right? Y'all know that. So don't play around with this thing, man. Right? Because the Most High already told us he could take it out like that. The truth he could remove from us like that, like a candle on a candlestick.
Right. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, man. My biggest and greatest fear of all time is that Most High forbid that the Most High ever remove the spirit from up off me, man. That is actually my biggest fear in the world, is to get the spirit removed up off me. Because there was I'm gonna give a testimony. There was a powerful captain, a powerful brother named Maharakam. He told me, well, I was 17 at the time. He asked me how old I was, and I told him my age, and he's like, dang, the Most High got you when you was young. And he said, if you ever leave this truth, you gonna die. That stuck with me. Listen, he said it just like that. Those very same words stick with me to this very same day. Anytime when I'm feeling weary in the spirit, anytime when I'm like, damn, bro, like, man, I don't feel like this, man. All I hear is you gonna die, like echoing in the back of my head. But this is the kind of stuff that we need, or a bit of a shock to get us back going again. You know what I'm saying? So let me get the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 13.
What was the scripture? Salakia.
James 1 and verse 13. Hold on, Salah, 1 second. Not James. Let me see. James. Let me see. Salah, 1 second.
While you're looking for that, you know, I'll break something down, because I was thinking before the class, right, when we talk about standing on business, you know, You know, one of the things we were always taught is that, you know, it's easy to be an Israelite around other Israelites. You know, when you're an Israelite and you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you doing what God told you, it's easy to do that when you're around people. But there's a word that's called integrity. All right. And that's what we should be praying for that too, because the average E, they don't know integrity, man. Right? The common definition is, you know, of integrity is, you know, doing the right thing when nobody is looking. Right. But I'm going to get the definition here. It says integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, the state of being whole and undivided. Right? Some of the synonyms: honesty, uprightness, probability, honor, honorableness. Right? So when we talk about standing on business, you got to stand on business at all times. The hard part about standing on business is when you by yourself. Right? The hard part of standing on business is when you're not around other Israelites. When you're around your worldly friends, you're around your worldly family, right? Because they're going to encourage you to do certain things, right? They're going to tempt you to do certain things that you know you should not be doing, right? And now you got to make this choice, because guess what? When you make a wrong decision or an evil decision, the world not going to hate you for it. They're going to encourage you to do it, actually. And they might just clap you on when you do it. Right? Family, they're gonna encourage you to do wicked. And when they say, listen, man, pray over this Thanksgiving turkey with us, man. That in their mind, that's an honorable thing for you to be doing when you know better. Right? So the word integrity, we got to make sure that we pray for that. That the Most High gives us integrity, the ability to stand upright when nobody is looking. The ability to stand on business when I'm solo dolo and I'm not around other brothers or sisters that can hold me accountable. All right. When we talk about being honorable, this is a respectable thing, man. Not just doing it because you want praise from other people, right? We're doing it because it's the right thing to do. When we talk about righteousness, it's because it is the right thing to do.
Right.
All right. That's what we gotta think about that at all times, man.
Because I found the precept that I was looking for. Let me get the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 22. Salah. Because this is another form of what standing on business look like. This is a powerful form of what it means to stand on business. It may be simple. It may be a simple precept. But this scripture holds a lot of weight, and I'm going to give a testimony behind what this precept is talking about. Let's read on.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
Now, this is powerful. It's saying be not just a hearer of the word, but be a doer of the word also. Because if you only a hearer, it's like you only just looking at the mirror. You look at yourself in the mirror, but you're not really examining yourself. You're not really seeing like, oh, maybe what is that? What's that on the side of my neck? What is this? I gotta fix this. I gotta fix that. It's like you forgetting. It's like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm all right. Let me go. Knowing you forgetting yourself, like you literally forgetting yourself. You losing a piece of yourself when you're not keeping these commandments. And now I'm gonna give a little testimony. Because I had to practice what I preached. I had to stand on business. So I'm going to give a little quick testimony. So, my life is y'all life. And I tell my stories because it's a way to relate to relate with my audience and the audience relate to me. I'm open book. I want to keep it open. I want to keep this open so we could, let me just get to the point. It's a lot. So anyway, so I had to practice what I had to preach at work a while back. So what ended up happening, I was at work and I was with my coworker at the time. We were working at this building and it was only me and him, and it was starting to get late. It was getting later than usual, later than what we normally work. And I was standing on the ladder and I asked him to grab me a material for me to finish up the work for the day. And he said under his breath, he said something under his breath. So I asked him, I'm like, what did you say? Because I thought he was just, I thought he had something to say, but he just didn't say it out loud. And he said something to the effect of, I'm not going to say the words because it's going to make me hot, but let's just say he said something that was out of pocket. And at the time, I didn't register when he said it. So I go home, like we get done with work. I go home, I'm driving home, and I'm thinking about this thing. And now I'm like, oh, he trying me. He tried me. And now I'm fuming. I'm mad. The old man has crept back. The nigga has returned. So now as I'm thinking about it, I'm fumigating. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. So I'm sitting there, like I come home, I'm talking about it with my family, all praise to the Most High, my family, everybody in the house, is in the truth, all praises. And they was giving me wisdom on it. But it was like that wisdom wasn't enough. It's like I didn't want to talk it out. I didn't want to have a conversation with him. I just wanted to go off. I wanted to smack this man. I wanted to go upside his head. I wanted to be what the world thought I was, a nigga. And mind you, this brother he's an Issacharite. Or I think he's an Issacharite or from the tribe of Asher. So fast forward, the Most High made me wait a whole week to have a conversation with this man, right? A whole week. And I've been planning to talk to this man, and I know that my anger was fumigating. I was fumigating that whole week, waiting to talk to him. Because I just wanted to go off on this man. I really did. But it's like the Most High made me wait a whole week to finally have this conversation. And he really sat me down and made me think. So when I got the chance to speak with him, I was able to tell him, I'm like, you know what? I didn't like what you said. I know we joke. I know we laugh about a lot of things. But honestly, don't ever joke with me like that again. And all praises to the Most High. When I told him that, he was like, oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. I didn't mean it in that way. I told him, I'm like, bro, for real, don't ever do that again. Because you nearly, I'm trying to kill the old man and you nearly brought the old man back up. And I told him verbatim this word, you nearly made me go off on you. I was about to wild out. But through the Most High, I was able to come to you and talk to you about it. And he was able to say, he said, I appreciate you for telling me that, but I do apologize. And now we cool. All praise to the Most High. I had to practice what I've been preaching at camp. That if I had an art with a brother, that I need to go speak to him. And at the time, I didn't want to speak. At the time, I didn't want to have a conversation. At the time, I didn't even want to be around this man. All I wanted to do was grab a brick and just throw it at his head. Just because I felt offended. Because I was angry and I was mad. But I had to do according to the scriptures. I had to bring my art to that brother, which I didn't want to do. And I was able to do that. All praise to the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, that I was able to do that. That was a hurdle. That was a big hurdle for me to be able to speak to this man that I had an art with. That's a big hurdle. So all praise for that, because if
battery low,
if I never did that, all it would have done, I would have been in sin because I never brought my concerns to this brother. But I digress.
No, I want to add something because it's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing when you. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day, right? And the thing about Israelites and being in this truth, man, we make scriptures come to life, and we're not just reading it as a fairy tale, right? It's real things that we're using for practical knowledge. So, like in the world, when you have a situation like that, that situation could have turned ugly, like immediately. All right. In the world, there's brothers who have lost, their life over saying the wrong thing, but the other brother didn't apply the wisdom to the situation. Now, think about it, right? When we say this to you, obviously the word stirreth up anger, you upset, right. But the Most High put you in a position to say, you know what? Hold on. Remember what I taught you. Right, I'm gonna get the scripture too. This is Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15. It says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained a brother. Because a lot of times what happens is, let's say I approach a brother and I say, listen, bro, like, I didn't really like how you was dealing with me back there. Like, what was that about? Might be a misunderstanding. He probably took it the wrong way, whatever the case might be. Long story short, 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up being even cooler with the brother because you addressed it with wisdom.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, Deuteronomy 4 and 5, it says, listen, in the sight of the other nations, this shall be our wisdom. Because the average person is not going to pull a brother to the side and go speak to him about the fault. They just gonna feel some type of way. Next thing you know, we doing passive aggressive moves until we throwing hands at the workplace.
Facts.
Now we in the back squabbling up.
Right. And one thing, and I'm gonna say this, bro. One thing, I'm not good with passive aggressiveness. Like it is never passive. It's full aggression. Like it won't be passive. Like I'm not good with that passive aggression. But I'm just saying, like it would have been all aggression from the moment I seen him to like time to go home. Like. It would have just been a bad situation because it stirred like I understand what it means, like when scriptures talk about like when words stirreth up anger, like when they get you boiling, like you just want to go off and you don't want to talk to nobody. It was to the point. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep it short and brief. It was so bad, I didn't even want to eat. That's how mad. That's how pissed I was. I didn't want to eat. Days went by. I'm like, bro, I don't want to eat. This bugging me. This bugging me. My stomach. It was literally my stomach couldn't tolerate the offense. That's how bad it was. My stomach couldn't tolerate the offense. Like I was like, I gotta address it. I gotta address it. Because if I don't address it, I'm just gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. But Con, you got anything more that you was gonna say?
I got a question for the chat. Let's say we in the truth, right? And somebody outside of the truth does something like this. Do we still apply the laws in that situation? Should we apply the laws to people that are not keeping the law? All right. Let me get some answers in the chat. All right. Let me ask it again. Should we apply the laws to people that are not keeping the laws? All right. I want to see what we get. Because I think that's important. A lot of times we think, when somebody's not in the truth or whatever the case, it may not apply. All right, it may not apply to them. Right? They say, well, that ain't my brother. He don't keep the commandments. That ain't my sister. She don't keep the law. That ain't my people. They don't got faith in Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Right. That's what they say. I heard it. Right. I heard it. Come on, let me get Colossians chapter 4 and verse 5. Let's break it down. Right. And people ever ask, why do you apply the law to people that aren't keeping the law? I'm going to show you why.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 4 and verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without.
Man, that's simple. And we know that keeping the law and applying the law, wisdom is the proper application of the law, statutes, and commandments. So it says, walk in wisdom towards those that are without. Your brother or your sister may not know what you know. Right? They may have heard it. You may have read it to them, but they don't know. They don't understand what you know. So the Most High already told us, listen, it's going to be people that don't keep the law. You still got to apply it towards them. Because it says, walk in wisdom towards those that are without, redeeming the time. What does it mean to redeem the time? Meaning you make the best use of that opportunity. You change, or you control the timestamps there. You control the outcome of that situation by applying the wisdom. Listen, one thing I know for a fact, the Most High is not a liar. And the scriptures work. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot convince me otherwise. The scriptures work. That's why we got to apply every time we have the opportunity. Apply these scriptures, man. All right. Let's get what Captain Nine said. Let me see what that say. It says 2 Thessalonians. Let's put that on the screen real quick. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 14. And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, Salakia, note that man and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed. Now, that's a good point. Good point, right? Let's say you apply the law to him, right? You apply the law to him. He not hearing you. Say, listen, man, make a note of that brother, right? It says, yet count him not as an enemy, but admonish him as a brother. All right, so say don't count him as an enemy just yet. Admonish him as a brother. What does the word admonish mean? Right? Admonish means to correct somebody firmly, right? To rebuke him sharply, right? That's what we're supposed to do. So Captain Asher, he did the right thing in that situation. Now, if he didn't hear you, we're gonna make a note of that, brother. We're gonna watch this man.
All right.
We're gonna watch him. But these are things we gotta do, man. Right? We control the outcome of a lot of our situations. Like in this truth, listen, I've seen offenses happen that if it happened in the world, we would no longer be friends. I've seen relationships preserved because the law, statutes, and commandments were applied in those situations. Right? So think about it. When we talk about the commandments are literally the code of conduct between brothers and sisters as well. When we talk about being a nation and a family, right, there's a set of rules that we have to abide by. The Most High is the glue. He knows how to keep us together, but only if we apply the law, statutes, and commandments in the right situation. All right, that's the only way. All right, but come on, go ahead, Art.
Because since we're talking about wisdom and applying the wisdom when needed, now I'm gonna ask the chat. Give me a precept to show me what wisdom is. Because we got to know what wisdom is. We got to break the word wisdom down. What is wisdom? Kadash, I think you already know where I'm going. Deuteronomy. Hold that for me while we let the chat.
I got it.
Come on, hold that. Let's, because I want to see what the chat gonna say. Because I want the chat to be involved. We got 11 people in the room. There's 11 people that should be conversating. Yeah, I said what I said. Conversated. It is a word. I looked it up. I looked it up. Conversating. Show me a precept. Show me a precept. I need a precept of wisdom that defines wisdom. I'm gonna give y'all 30 more seconds. All right, let's get that Deuteronomy 4 and 5, man.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
What?
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
So the law, statutes, and commandments is meant for us to keep and do them because it will show that we are wise. This is wisdom. The law, statute, commandments. This book right here. So like they can't see it. This book right here, my Glock with the switch on it. my Taurus right here. This is my Taurus. This is my Glock. This is my pistol. This should be your wisdom, man. This should be your wisdom. This is what makes you wise, by going through these precepts day in and day out and meditating and exercising them. Because I have to emphasize that exercising these precepts. Because we could be practicing, but we not exercising these things. We could be reading all day, but are you really putting these scriptures into life? Are you using it in your day-to-day life, applying it in your day-to-day life? Or are you just reading it and just when you close the book, that's it? This is what we have to be doing. We have to exercise these scriptures. This is what it means to stand on business. This is what it shows to stand on business. Now, I want to get another precept. Let me get the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 9.
Come on.
We're gonna get these precepts too. We're gonna get Proverbs 9. Well, we already going there, and we're going to go Proverbs 4 and 68. But we're gonna rock this out. Let me get hold on one second. Let me get there. All right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man.
Do what?
Give instruction to a wise man. And he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man.
Do what?
Teach a just man. And he will increase in learning.
Go one more down.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
What?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Read on.
And the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
Now you see, it goes from the top, from verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man. That instruction is the law, statutes, commandments. And what is that wise man? And what is that wise man going to do? And he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in his learning. So if a young man or a young child is being taught about the law, statutes, commandments, hey, this is how you talk to your brother. This is how you speak to your brother. This is how you deal with one another. If you have a problem with a brother, you don't just duke it out. You don't strive with the brother, but you talk it out with the brother. if he applies that wisdom and he's a just man, he's gonna increase on that wisdom. So when it does happen, he's gonna apply it in the right situation, and he's gonna be found wiser in the situation than probably the brother might be. This is what we trying to do, or trying to be. Teaching each other to stand on business for the most. This is what it looks like to stand on business for the Most High. This is one way to stand on business with the Most High. So when he's looking at you, when your number is pulled and you are called back to the Most High, that Christ will have a legitimate case to plead for you against the Most High. So you may be found righteous in the eyes of the Most High. Because if you do contrary to what this scripture just said, you're not listening to the instructions, you're not heeding the word, you're not becoming wiser, you're not learning nothing. You're gonna fall to the wayside and you're gonna end up being destroyed, and you're not gonna give Christ a good alibi to plead for you against the Most High. You're not going to be able to give Christ a fighting argument against the Most High to say you've been a righteous brother or a righteous sister your whole life. Let them enter into paradise. Let them enter into the gates. But I digress.
I want to finish off on this precept because it's morning. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 10 again. It says, "For the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself. But if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it." So what does that mean? Through wisdom, through the beginning, right, of wisdom, the Most High said these things are going to multiply your days, right? It's going to prolong your life. Verse 12 says, "If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for yourself." Meaning what? You will keep yourself out of harm's way.
Right.
Right? You will be able to see evil and danger and judgment and go the opposite way. But if you scorn, meaning what? If you mock at it, you going against what the scriptures told you to do, what wisdom told you to be. It says, "But if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it." Meaning what? You alone have to take on that consequence.
Right.
And we see this happen every day.
And here's how powerful that is. To even go back to the story, if I didn't apply what was being read just then, I could have found myself either fired, in jail, and with an assault charge.
Absolutely.
I would have been a felon. If I didn't take heed to the scriptures and I wanted to do how I felt at that moment in time, what I thought was a good, I was taking, if I would have took the wisdom of my own mind, I would have either been in jail or I would have either been dead.
Now imagine if you would have just picked the hammer up and threw it at his head. Right? Now you got a felony. You lost your job. You got a record. Now you're struggling to get a good job now.
Right.
Off of that one decision that you said, you know what? I'm not going to apply wisdom here. I'm going to do exactly what my evil mind, my evil heart told me to do.
Right.
Now you stuck. Now, because a lot of brothers on it, and I say this all the time, it takes 5 seconds to ruin your life.
Facts.
It don't take long.
Facts.
It takes your one wrong move from throwing your whole entire life away. And the problem is, especially with men, right? I'm not saying sisters are not involved in this process too, but especially with men, when you make a bad decision, usually your whole family is at risk. Right? You got a rib, now your rib at risk. You got kids, now your kids at risk. You got a house, now your house at risk. We read that in the law. Right? Decisions that you make as a man, you could literally destroy your entire household. right? The men that spoke against Moses, he destroyed the ribs, he destroyed the children, he destroyed the tent, he even destroyed the cattle. The cattle had nothing to do with it.
That's real.
Hey.
They chewing the cud and they getting swallowed up.
They getting swallowed. They looking at them all like, what did I do?
Right.
It's because it's all attached to that one person. You make one as a man, you make one bad decision, you could throw this whole thing away. That's why it's so important to apply the law in every situation you got. Calm down, take a second, take a deep breath, right? And say, what did the Most High tell me to do here? It works. Right? You're talking to somebody that used to be a level 3 crash out, man.
Facts.
All right? Level 3. Not even take it there.
You said a level 3 crash out. That's crazy.
A level 3 crash out.
That's crazy.
But when you learn the script, listen, when you learn better, you do the right thing, man. And it keeps you, it not only does it keep you out of trouble, but it provides peace in your life.
Yeah.
Now you can divide the chaos from the peace and get rid of the chaos, man. He say level 3 conduction. Say everybody catching strays. That's true. Right? That's true. Just off one bad decision that you said, you know what, you off of impulse and you didn't think it through. Right? Through wisdom, you shall prolong your days. I've said this before too. Like, listen, anybody that watched the class, I've said this a billion times. When you watch First 48, if you know the law, when you watch First 48, you can see 100 sins that are going on.
Facts.
When somebody ends up dead, listen, I'm telling you, you see the brother messing with so-and-so. It's like, man, you was messing with the brother's wife, and then you stole his money out of his grandmother's purse.
Oh my God.
And then you kidnapped his children.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think is gonna happen? You stack sin on top of sin, on top of sin, on top of sin. And the Most High said, get rid of this man. Get rid of this dude.
The Most High shaking his head like this, about to take you out. Just, you great. Barbecue chicken, man.
But I overlooked the first sin. I overlooked the second one. The third one, I gave you mercy. The fourth one, I gave you grace. The fifth one, I overlooked. The sixth one, you got to go. That's it.
So I even got a preset to that. To what you're saying about like having self-control, like, and really like mastering yourself. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So what this precept is saying is like, if you don't have a control over your own spirit, you just an abando. You a bando. You got no protection or no hedge. It's saying it's saying it is like a city that is broken down and without walls. That means you defenseless. You got no defense against anything that come your way because you can't control your spirit. And you have to be careful when doing that. You have to practice what you preach in those times. You know, you got to be mindful of how the way you move. Because if you don't have a sense of control, you will find yourself in control. You will find yourself in a place where the system is controlling you. And you don't want that happening. You do not want the system to get a hand of you. While you yet have liberty, keep the commandments.
Think about it. What is Satan's job, man? What Satan's job is to get you up out of here. Satan's job is to get you to be an op to the Most High, to be an adversary. Satan wants you to join his team. How do you do that? All right. There's many ways you could do that. One way is not having control over your own spirit. Because when you don't have control, guess who got control? Satan, the devil, right? Now you're doing things that's contrary to what God wanted you to do from the very beginning, right? When we talk about wrath and things like that, listen, the Most High said wrath was not made for man. Right? Does that say a man doesn't get angry? Absolutely not. Right? You're gonna have those moments where you listen, some things people do to you or say to you might try to, ultimate disrespect, especially being Israelites, now knowing that we royalty in the type of bloodline that we came from. Some things will try to take, but listen, you got to keep a calm mind. Right? You got to keep a calm spirit, because in your calmness, you could think things through. In your calmness, you can fight. You just irate and you just chaotic, you all over the place, you're going to destroy yourself in the process, man.
Right.
So we got to take a second and think and apply the law. It's better that you take a second and apply the law than to be irrational and make an impulsive decision. Because 9 times out of 10, when you make an impulsive decision, you're putting yourself in harm's way to destroy yourself. This is all about self-preservation, man.
Right.
When we talk about self-preservation, we preserve the nation when we're involved. Right? Because we make up the nation of Israel. That's what we got to get back to, man.
Huh. And I agree with that wholeheartedly, for the preservation, for the nation of Israel. Now, I want to get now we're going to shift gears a little bit, because I want to give brothers, I want to give recognition onto brothers within the Bible of brothers, what it looks like for brothers to stand on business and to really be glorified in the name of the Most High for standing on business and keeping the commandments and keeping the word that they was going to say. Can I get the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and we'll start at verse 1, and we'll go further down, because I really want to get the story. I really want to get the story of Matthias. I don't even want to get Judas first. I want to get Matthias, the type of time he was on for the nation of Israel. Because it was very powerful and very paramount for what he did and how the way he moved, standing on business for the name of the Most High, while even though his life could have been threatened or could have been extinguished by the heathen, if you will. Hold on, let me get there real quick. Salakia. What I call for? One second. Con, let me get the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 1. We'll start from there. You're muted, brother. You're muted, brother.
Salakia. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 1. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jorah from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. And he had 5 sons: Johanan, called Caddis, Simon, called Thassi, Judas, who was called Maccabeus, Eleazar, called Avaron, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphas. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, "Woe is me! Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of the strangers? Her temple is become as a man without glory."
Now, Salat, hold on right there. Now I'm going to give further context on what was going on. Now, there was a king named Antiochus. He was a wicked. This dude was beyond wicked. I mean, the wicked of wickeds, right? So during this time, there was wicked men in Israel saying, "Let us be as the heathen. Let us join ourselves onto the customs of doing the heathen," right? So they went to him to get license to do what they wanted to go do. So he gave them the license to build up an altar and to practice the customs of the heathen. And they were practicing these customs, right? And as they were practicing these customs, they were also getting destroyed one by one, single-handedly by this wicked king and his men. And Matthias and Judas, they seen what was going on, and these brothers had a very zealous spirit, and they seen the wickedness that was going on. And this is what they were doing, and this is what they were talking about, and this is what he was saying, and this is what and you're gonna see what's gonna happen just because he wanted to stand on business for the Most High, because he found it very disgusting in his spirit. He was dwelling with the Most High, and he was standing one with the Most High at this point in time. Let's continue on.
God. Verse 9. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation hath not had part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
He said, what nation didn't have a hand in our killing? What nation didn't have a benefit of us being slaves, of us getting killed, of seeing our babies laying dead in the streets, our wives being ravished and are being ravished and taken and killed in the streets, seeing the young men dead, seeing the elders hung on trees, hanging from their arms and from their feet, upside down with no clothes on, mutilated and all. What nation didn't have a hand in this? This is what he's saying. Read on.
Verse 11. All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she has become a bond slave.
He said, we was once free. Now we slaves. We become slaves to the system. We become slaves to the other nations. We was once a free people, but now we have succumbed to the foolishness of this world, and now we are bounded up in chains. Now we are being killed in the streets. Now we're being taken as fools and disrespected any type of way. This is what's going on. Read on.
And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn very sore.
Now, this is a custom of Israel. Whenever there's a very grievous situation or a very travailing situation or a traumatizing moment, what as a custom of what we used to do as a people, we will rent our clothes and we'll put on sackcloth. Whenever we're in a very grieved or mourning state or lamenting, this is the custom that we used to do, and this is what these brothers did. Read on.
In the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city modern to make them sacrifice. And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias on this wise, Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment.
Now hold on. Now this officer came through to make these people send up sacrifices, to make these people sin, right? And he's seen Matthias and his family girded up, strong brothers. He said, "Hey, what's up, brothers? How y'all doing? Y'all look strong and very powerful. Ain't you one of the heads of the city, ain't it? Because you're a strong and powerful brother. I see you and your powerful sons and the men that walk with you. Why don't you come on down and send up sacrifices onto our God?" And this is what he had to say. Read on.
Verse 18. Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done. Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou in thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold, and many rewards. Then
Oh, now he's saying, I'm gonna give you gold, I'm gonna give you treasures beyond your wildest dreams. Everything you want. Now here's what's also powerful. Did not the devil tempt Christ in this same stance? He said, I will make you a power over everything you see, your eyes can see, to Christ. And what Christ hit him with? He hit him with a precept. He told him, don't you know that the man should not live by bread alone? When he was saying, I'm gonna keep these commandments. Now this is Satan tempting. This is Satan tempting Matthias and his sons and his family. This is the same way how Satan tempts us. They throw money in our faces, and if you look at how the world and society works, they throw money in our faces, and then when there's a injustice being done on our people, you know, and then they got these celebrities who's getting paid off by the quote unquote king, and they ask him, "Do you think there's racism? You think there's racism still alive?" You know what these niggas gonna say? That's getting paid, that's getting rewarded. Ain't no racism. I don't see racism. Where's racism at? While they slowly collecting that check in the background. This is the same tactic that Satan used on us as a people. They like to throw money in our faces to where they want us to renege on what we believe and what is actually true and actually factual in this world. But I digress. Let's read on.
Come, verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
Now he's saying, now what Matthias said, yeah, your king may be ruler over everything you see. He may own the house down the street. He may own my house. He may own this. He may own that. He may have made a decree and a commandment telling us to do this. But as for me and my house and my sons, we shall serve the Lord. We shall stand on one accord and not be shaken in fear. We shall stand up for the commandments and the covenants of our forefathers have placed with the Most High. Because the Most High has found them to be righteous, and we shall do the same. We have made a covenant and a contract binding us to the Most High to say that we shall keep the commandments, and he shall be our God. Yeah. And we will not stray away from that. Nor you, nor anybody, nor the king could ever make us yield and bow down to you. We bow down to the God up in heaven. We don't bow down to man. That's what he was basically saying. Let's read on.
Verse 22. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. You know, you're going to have one weak brother.
Yeah, that one wicked Negro, bro.
You're going to have one weak brother that, I guess it don't matter.
Right. That one wicked nigga, dog.
One sacrifice won't hurt the Lord. Come on, man.
That one wicked nigga. In the midst of you giving the greatest speech, you got this one wicked nigga in a garment walking to go put something on the altar.
Just making the whole nation look bad too. Not only himself, but it makes the Israelite community, the whole nation look bad. It's crazy work, man.
Crazy. He giving this powerful speech, and in the midst of him speaking these powerful words, you see, in the cut of his eye, you can, in the blind side of his eye, he's seeing a Hebrew in a garment with down to the foot, probably wearing blue, the border of blue with dang fringes on it, walking up to this altar for the heathens and about to place a sacrifice on it. But let's read on.
You got brothers right now to this day that move like this.
Yes.
Most High is showing us something, but we'll keep reading. Come on, verse 24. Which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
And did what?
And slew him upon the altar.
Uh-huh.
Also, the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time. And the altar he pulled down. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, like as Phinehas did unto Zambri, the son of Salam.
Now, I got a quick question before I get deeper into this. What did Phinehas do for them to be giving account on what Phinehas did? What was Phinehas' righteous act was for them to be recalling it again? I don't want the precept for time's sake, but just give me a quick synopsis of what did Phinehas do to get referenced here in the book of Maccabees. What was his righteous act? I got eight people on the live. We should be conversing. This should be interactive. I'm trying to interact with you guys. He was keeping the law to an extent, yes, but I need the action of what he did. I want the action of what Phinehas did.
I know somebody know.
Somebody know. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Somebody gonna give me the answer.
So, hold on, let me Google it.
Nah, don't Google it. Don't Google it.
No Googling. No Googling.
No Google. Listen, we go through the Torah portion every week, and we do it how many times? What, 2-3 times out the year? Yes. If I'm not mistaken. We should know what Phinehas has done. We should definitely know what Phinehas has done for him to be recalled or be renowned in these scriptures. He killed the man for the sacrifice on the altar. No. Stop the fornication. No.
Somebody got it. Listen.
Somebody got to know. We got 10 people on the live. Somebody got to know.
No Googling, sis. Come on now. I know you know the answer.
See, look, I know it's close. A cutlass was involved. That's all I will say.
That's Captain I know. Of course he gonna know.
He gonna know. But I want the people to know. This is why we have to go through these precepts and through these scriptures. We go through the Torah portion. If you've been going through the Torah, you should know.
She said we are not quick on the sword.
She was close. Princess Queen. She got it. He stopped the plague, but how did he stop it? That's what I want. We are not that quick on the sword. I understand.
We gotta be quick on the sword.
I'm gonna give it to the cap, to the powerful Captain I know. He killed the Simeonite for messing with Kezeb. Yes. Kezeb, yes. He had to slay this Egyptian Egyptian and the woman, because he's seen them in the mist, and they were about to lay with each other. I'm not slot. They wasn't about to lay with each other, but they were trying to enter into the sanctuary, and he slew them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it real quick. For the sake of time. I'm gonna just get it. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 25 and verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel, and those that died in the plague were 24,000. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, have turned away my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy. So this is why in the book of Maccabees, that Phinehas was being mentioned because of his zealous act to slay the Israelite man and the woman of another nation, to stay the wrath of the Most High, which also Matthias has done, because the Israelite was about to place a sacrifice on the altar, and he slayed him, just like how Phinehas did. Quickly. Facts. He was standing on the wrong business. He definitely was. Brother man was standing on the wrong business. But it goes to show you how powerful it is for us to stand on business with the Most High. The fact that Phinehas, which some people could see that what he's done may have been a small matter, but to the Most High, it was a very big deal, because his name was referenced. Phinehas's name was referenced multiple times within the Bible. Actually, there's even a part in the book of Maccabees where it talks about the famous men of Israel, and Phinehas is one of them. So it goes to show you that if we stand on business for the Most High, the Most High will make sure to it that we are done properly, that we are well off in the end, that we may have a chance to have our names written in the book of life, just like the brother Phinehas, just like the brother Matthias. I strive to be like these brothers. And I implore you guys to strive to be like these brothers. Because if we as a people don't say, you know what, let me get right with the Most High, let me stand 10 toes for the Most High, and the Most High shall see it that I'm good, that we will constantly keep getting looked at as if we're nobody. We'll constantly keep getting disrespected. We'll constantly keep getting told that we're nothing but Saboon coons, porch monkeys, moon crickets. All we are just gorillas, apes, monkeys. We're nothing. We're just a dang dirty ape. This stuff we will get looked at constantly if we don't get right. But let's continue on. Hey, where we left off at? Salak.
We were at Maccabees.
Yeah, Maccabees 2.
I don't know if you want to go back there.
Con, I'll drop it. Let me get the book of Judges chapter 6 verse 36. Because now I'm getting Gideon. Because I'm going to Gideon. Now, let's talk about Gideon's situation. A lot of us is kind of like Gideon, to be honest. A large majority of us is like Gideon, where we question the Most High, like we not sure. Like, even though the Most High may be dealing with us, we on the fence, like we don't know. We be acting like we don't know, or we don't know for sure if the Most High is with us. So we started doing little things for, like, oh, the Most High, if you do this, then I know you real. If you do this, then I know you with me. If you do this, then I know you with me. But it also takes when the Most High do it for you to actually act upon seeing these things. So let's see what Gideon has done. Let's see what Gideon done. the book of Judges, chapter 6 and verse 36.
The book of Judges, chapter 6 and verse 36. And Gideon said unto the Most High, if thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, as thou hast said, behold, I will put a fleece of wool in the floor. And if the dew be on the fleece only, and it be dry upon all the earth beside, then shall I know that thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, and thou hast said. And it was so, for he rose up early on the morrow, and thrust the fleece together, and wringed the dew out of the fleece, a bowl full of water.
Now,
and
hold on.
Said unto the Most High,
let's pause real quick. Let's pause real quick. Salat. Let's pause real quick. Now, Gideon wasn't sure, right, if the Most High was dealing with him. But he know that the Most High dealing with him. But he just wanted to see. He got it. He not sure. And even though the Most High dealing with him, he's still doubting. And he's like, okay, fine. If you rolling with me like that, if you gonna make sure that Israel is saved by my hand, put some water on the fleece. Put the dew on the fleece, so I know it's real. I'm gonna say that from now on. Put the water on the fleece so I know it's real. Because he wanted to make sure that the Most High is dealing with him like that. And he just wasn't sure. And here's the powerful thing. The Most High didn't even have to do that. The Most High didn't have to say, didn't have to act to say, let me put dew on this fleece so this knuckleheaded fool can believe me. But he said, you know what? I'm gonna show him that I'm right for him. And I pray he gonna slide for me. So I'm gonna put dew on this fleece so he can believe. But let's go even further. Even though this brother had this, he still wasn't sure. Let's read on. Let's see what further transpired.
Verse 39. And Gideon said unto the Most High, let not thine anger be hot against me, and I will speak but this once. Let me prove, I pray thee, but this once with the fleece. Let it now be dry only upon the fleece, and upon all the ground let there be dew. And the Most High did so that night, for it was dry upon the fleece only, and there was dew on all the ground.
And now ain't this something? He still doubted the Most High even more. He was like, all right, put water on the fleece so I know it's real. Then he said, you know what? Make the fleece dry and let everything around the fleece have dew. And keep it dry and keep the ground dry so I know it's real. And the Most High did it anyway to prove to Gideon that I am with you to save Israel. But for the lack of time and everything, I'm to go further down. Gideon ends up doing what he was told to do. He ended up saving Israel. Just like once he realized that the Most High slided for him, he slid on the enemy. He started doing drive-bys. he was sliding up on the ops for the Most High. And he got a great victory behind it. But it goes to show you that we should always be standing 10 toes for the Most High, and we shouldn't be scared to do it, because if we're doing it for the Most High, the Most High will not forsake us. Name one Israelite, anybody, name one Israelite that was forsaken because he was keeping the commandments and he was sliding for the Most High. Name one brother that was forsaken. There is none. You can't tell me there's one. Every brother and every sister that slid for the Most High, that was standing on business for the Most High, was never forsaken, was never done wrong or done illfully wrong, just for the Most High's sake. Never. Now, unless they sinned, then they were susceptible to what they were susceptible to what was ever going to be their consequence from the Most High. You know? So let me see. Let me see. Kadash, you got anything you want to say? Anything you want to get off?
No, not really. I mean, I think I think you made a good point. Like, when we talk about standing on business and trusting in the Most High always going to see it through, right? We open up the class with, what was written aforetime was written for our learning, right? That's us really making the scriptures come to life, man, right? And realizing that these stories and these things are not just, made up stories, but these things happen. Like, this is real life we talking about. All right. These are the things that we want to get down with, man. We want to make sure that we're practicing these things like our forefathers did so we can be a great people in the earth. All right. The reason why we are not a great people right now is because what? We don't do what our forefathers did. All right. We're not practicing what God gave us to be a great people.
Right.
So what do you think is going to happen? If we don't practice being a great people, we're going to be a bad people, a less people, right? That's what's going to happen, right? Sister Lisa say, "Do we have homework?"
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
We gotta go back and read. We gotta go back and read the story of Phineas.
Yeah.
All right. We gotta go back and read that.
Y'all homework. Hold on, because I'm gonna get it. Y'all homework is to read Numbers 27 on down, and also I implore y'all as extra credit. I implore y'all to read the story of Judas Maccabee. I implore y'all to read the book of the Maccabees, because there is some very powerful stuff in the book of Maccabees. Because for a long time we believed that there wasn't no real slaughters for the Most High like that. But if you read the story of Judas Maccabees, you understand why. Like, oh, I get it. It make me want to revolt. Like, I want to fight. Like, even in Jamaica, they called the Apocrypha the Book of the Maccabees, the revolutionary book, the revolting book, because the story of Judas Maccabees was so powerful that it had the slaves up in arms, ready to fight. So I implore you guys to read. Your homework will be read Numbers chapter 27, so you can understand what Phineas did, and read the book of Maccabees. The first chapter, I think, all of Maccabees, if you get a chance. Read it in like chapter to chapter every other week or every week. Read a chapter every week or every day. Because those stories is what we gained our wisdom from. Those stories is what we get our knowledge and wisdom and understanding from. You gain so much from reading those stories, and the thing is, those stories stick with you. I'll even give one. I think it's First Maccabees 7:7, the 7 sons. The story of the 7 sons of Maccabees. I'm not gonna lie, when y'all get a chance, read that. Y'all gonna end up crying, because it had me in tears. My chest was tight seeing what was going on to those 7 sons and how powerful they stood up for the Most High. Come on. The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And these brothers did that, and this is what you're seeing today. You seeing us going out to the streets. You seeing us standing on business for the Most High. But it's not only us, the soldiers that's going to camp, to be standing on business. It's also the members, and it's also the rest of the body of Israel to be standing on business also when it comes to these commandments. Because you guys still have to teach people. You guys still have to bring forth the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to our people. It's not just us. It's not only me, Captain Asher, and Captain Kadash, and Captain Einar, and Captain Marshall, and all the and Captain Karam that's on the chat to be doing just the works alone. It's the whole body should be doing the work. While we out at camp, while y'all at home, y'all should be having a conversation on the phone trying to convince our people to watch the camp video or to watch the live.
Hey, I'll say this. The kingdom of heaven, if it's full of straight men, I think you're in the wrong place, right? The kingdom of heaven should have women there, right? A lot of women say, oh, well, the Most High knows I'm the weaker vessel. Right? We read all throughout the scriptures that the Most High did not have respect of persons. Whether you're a woman or a child or a goat, you do something crazy, the Most High gonna get rid of you,
bro.
He gonna end you right there.
Matter of fact, Esther was a gangster. What she did for Israel, she was a gangster, bro. She sliced, bro. She literally sliced, bro. She cut a man's head off. She cut a couple men's head off for the nation of Israel. She was a slider for her people. Come on now, y'all can't be sleep on these stories, man. Y'all can't be sleep on these precepts. Y'all really got to go through these precepts and really gain this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We alone, the soldiers, we alone can't fight this fight. Let's be real. Us soldiers can't alone fight this fight. It takes the whole body to fight. So when we out there teaching our people to compel them back in, y'all should be having conversations on the phone with y'all families, y'all relatives, the people that y'all know that's in the midst of y'all circle to convince them to be watching the live, the Wednesday Wisdom, the Bring It Out Tuesday, the Friday class, the Dead or Alive Sunday class. This is what we should be doing as a body, as a team. So I implore you guys to read the scriptures. I implore you guys to keep reading on and to keep fighting. And
I want to add one thing, Salakia. I want to make sure that we put I'm going to call it healthy pressure on our sisters too, right?
Right.
And I'm going to say why I'm saying this. All right, a lot of sisters, I agree. So brothers, we go out in the street, we teach, which is why we might be a little more versed in the scriptures to be able to pull it based off memory, whatever the case might be. But just like the brothers have a job in this truth, right, to be a fighter in this truth, right, the sisters have a job and a responsibility as well. One of the responsibilities for our sisters is to teach who? The younger women, right? The younger women and the children. Because guess what? When we go out in the street, I'm going to tell you, we got grown men who are demons, and we got younger sisters who are demons, and we got what we call the YNs who are demons. We got to fight all of them. Y'all got to help us fight them too. So why wouldn't you? Right? Why wouldn't you? I'm putting healthy pressure now. Why wouldn't you be well versed?
Right.
Right? You can't have the mindset or the mentality to say, you know what? I don't need to memorize the scripture. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You might have a younger sister who needs help, and you don't want to be fumbling. You don't want to be fumbling on the answer when you give it to them, because listen, people see that, right? You want to be able to pull the script. Boom, I got you. They start asking about their, should I be obedient to my? Boom, I got it. Right? Should I wear that dress? Boom, got it. You got to be quick with the sword too, man. So this is healthy pressure. So remember, scripture said, I think Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 5, when it says, when you teach the children, right? It talks about how diligent you have to be with the children. It says you gotta talk to them when they walking in the hallway. You gotta talk to them while they at the table. You gotta talk to them when they get up and go to sleep, when they're eating, when you just sitting down with them. You got to talk to them about the scriptures, because listen, you have a job in this truth, right? You got a job too. So we got to make sure that we are all well versed, all right? So let's keep practicing. Let's be better. All praise to the Most High.
Come on. And with that, I hope I pray you guys really take heed of what we brought out and what we said. I hope you guys continue to keep fighting on. I hope you keep fasting and praying. Keep walking in the truth. Keep elevating the spirit. Meditate on the scriptures. Go through your scriptures. Read a precept. If you don't got time out the day, read a precept. If you don't got time to even look at a precept while you driving to work, put on a class and listen to the scriptures, or even put on let the story the man that read the story to you, let him speak, so you could understand and you could gain this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. At least meditate on one precept out the week. Meditate on it heavily. Think about it when you eating, when you working, when your boss is nagging you. Think about that one precept that you chose to meditate on, because you're gonna gain a lot of wisdom just by meditating on that one precept. So I implore you guys to keep fighting on, to keep dwelling in this truth. They have a joyous week, and I hope you have a joyous Shabbat that's coming up. I hope you guys keep fasting, keep praying, keep fighting, fight on to the end, and dwell with each other in brother and sisterly love. And with that, I say shalom to the 12 tribes. Shalom, and have a good night, everybody, and have a very blessed day. All praises.
Hey, yeah. Okay. See them kings on the block. I know you see them kings on the block. Bringing out the word in every spot. Bringing out the word in every spot. Yeah. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. Yeah. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. Yeah. You see them prophets on them corners. 1611 got them on us. Spreading out this word like corona. Waking up our people out of comas. Yeah, this truth, they can't stop now. No matter what they do, we bring it out now. You come against the Lord, you'll be confounded. With that two-edged sword, you'll get chopped down. Hey, you see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. Yeah. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it way we pull up on them. They be thinking it's a drive-by. 40 soldiers creeping like a thief in a night town. Never leave my brother. If we rollin', we gon' all ride it. Ain't no greater love for my brother. My life up on the line. Hey, they gon' get this wisdom if we don't go out and teach them. Yashara, the Prince of Power, you heathens is just a remix. Bow down and kiss the ring. I'm picking slaves out for the kingdom. Son that know he be reaching. We'll be in these trenches teaching outside with them blickers. Hey, you see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. Yeah. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. Them boys got the tools in the Glock. Standing in the same spot where Lil Johnny got shot. Hit your pastor with the scriptures, make him do the chop. I watch him dance, he just talking all that thing of blah blah. I'm in the grave in the valley of the midst of the dry bones. Crucified on the streets like Christ when he got lied on. Kiss the ring of the king, big done us. Never miss with the sword, I'll praise it to the Father. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. Yeah. You see them kings on the block now. Bringing out the word in every spot now. 1611 is our Glock now. All around the world got it locked down. They speaking blasphemy. If you
want a prophet, then just ask for me. We running this race just like an athlete. Actually, Judas Maccabees, masterpiece, got them saying, book, chapter, verse, without that, you ain't saying none. Prophet Zamar, let's get it poppin'. Repenting ain't no sinning for me, that's the only option. The scripture is the picture, the Christian pastor be cropping. 1 Peter 4 and 11, homie, we don't do no talking. Let's go.
You see them kings on the block now.